Hello again. So now let us discuss the verbal and non-verbal strategies applied in teaching. But first, let us going to recall what is verbal communication and non-verbal communication. There are a variety of ways that teachers and students communicate with one another. This is through verbal communication. It is the use of words to convey meaning. However, nonverbal communication, which includes all aspects of body language. It is more than half of all perceived communication. Strong communication skills are important to the management of the classroom. Therefore, you should brush up on your verbal and non-verbal communications to effectively show that your students what appropriate classroom behavior means. The majority of your communication with your students is nonverbal. Strong verbal communication is significant as well, while you should know your students, the rules and classroom lessons they need to know. So here are the 8 strategies for effective verbal communication applied in teaching. So the first one is create a safe learning environment with supportive relationships. It has been proven that supportive relationships between students and teachers have a positive impact on class engagement, participation, and also to the students' achievements. They are more comfortable expressing their own thoughts and ideas in class discussions, attempting challenges, and asking why they need help. A supportive learning environment is built using communication. And you should get to know your students well and show them that they are safe from judgment or humiliation in your classroom. And it is a good idea to learn students' names early in the year and use them often. You must also have an open door policy for your students to come and talk to you about any issues. The second one is more teamwork. We all know that teamwork and group discussions contribute to making the classroom a more comfortable environment. By working in small groups, students are able to share their ideas more easily and improve their own communication skills. These activities also give them a good opportunity to ask questions and get feedback on their work. So you could also try to improve your communication skills through teamwork with the students or by collaboration. Planning more lessons together, sharing ideas in problem solving. It will help them to interact and know each other or develop communications. The next one is body language. Communication is not only verbal, but also non-verbal. You should ensure that the signals you are giving out through your body language are positive, confident, and engaging. For example, making an eye contact with the students when you are talking to them shows that you are being supportive and attentive. Making an eye contact is also important when you are presenting to the whole class because it motivates everyone to pay attention, which helps them to learn as well as making them involved. The fourth one is active listening. Active listening involves listening carefully what your students say, checking that you have understood them correctly. Practicing good listening in the classroom can benefit you into ways. Firstly, you will be a model for your students who will improve their own listening skills and thus retain lessons better. Secondly, by using active listening, you can correct misunderstanding and extend learning, resulting in a better education for the students. The fifth one is feedback. Feedback is also an important component of communication in the classroom. It helps to create a supportive environment and increase academic success. Therefore, you should give specific, deserved positive feedback to your students, or even use the student's name. Explicitly state what they are doing right and thank them enthusiastically. So this means that you are going to give your students a compliment of what they are doing, such as good job, you are right, and very good. The sixth one is sense of humor. The use of humor in the classroom has been found to increase learning motivation and positive relationships between students and teachers. It allows you to establish a rapport with your class and keep them interested in the lesson. For example, you might tell jokes or funny anecdotes, give light-hearted personal examples, or laugh at the student's own jokes. However, you should also ensure that you don't use negative humor, where you demean or embarrass your students, or humor that is either irrelevant to the lesson or disturbing. So this means that you must be aware of your jokes inside the classroom. Technical skills. Using up-to-date teaching aids such as computers, videos, online resources is another way to keep students engaged and reinforce their understanding. It can also increase the effectiveness of your communication with your students with different learning styles. The last one is be clear. Good communication and good teaching is about understanding and being understood. Therefore, you should always be clear and adapt your words to your audience or even to your students. For example, you may wish to check that your teaching was clear by asking your students questions or requesting summaries of the lesson in their own words. It means that the clarity of your information or even instruction must be good and understandable to the student. Letting the students to ask clarifications, questions are example of a good communications. And here are the 4 ways that using our facial and body gestures can bring learning benefits to the students that we teach. The first one is deal with behavior silently. Teachers often overuse their voice as part of behavior management. You cannot just deal your students' behavior by using your voice, but instead by dealing it silently. A look of consternation at the last pupil still speaking, a finger waved from side to side or placed over the teacher's lips are some of the best behavior management I've ever seen involve little speaking. Second one is maintain eye contact to show that you are confident and you care, with the exceptions of some pupils with certain types of SEND, such as autism spectrum or disorders. Children see the building of The eye contact is a sign of teacher's credibility and trustworthiness, as well as conveying confidence. Meaningful eye contact shows that teacher is interested in them and cares about their contributions. So this is particularly true during cold call questioning, where eye contact and encouraging nods can elicit excellent responses. The third one is scan facial gestures to check for understanding. How are some teachers able to quickly spot when the majority of the students are struggling? One explanation is that some teachers are better at spotting their students' puzzled looks and adapting their lessons by reframing the instructions. And the last one is highlight the key ideas through emphatic gestures. Research suggests that when teachers use gestures to emphasize key ideas, children are more likely to arrive at the correct answer. Students notice seemingly imperceptible things. For example, the way your lips move into an oval shape when you repeat unimportant words, or how you always switch off your projector to make an emphatic point. Using nonverbal communication doesn't just protect your voice, it also builds trust, leading to a calmer, more purposeful environment. Refine how you use your hands, eyes, and facial gestures, and you'll find more students giving your teaching a metaphorical thumbs up. Using communication strategies like the ones we have detailed above could allow you to become a more successful teacher who better meet the students' needs. So that's all for my report, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!